It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Jags, and it comes your way next.
Now, the humidity's still a factor on this fall afternoon, but no rain in the forecast. That's the good news as you look inside Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And his first look is incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lawrence will throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Sweeney, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Lawrence steps away to his left, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
This early in the game. Making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Delay of game.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. In motion is Ward. Now Lawrence to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, he got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
Room past the 35. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll go with Murphy here on first down, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. The Dolphins had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Sweeney. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 67 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So Miami coming out for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Murphy running straight ahead. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Murphy trying to pick it up on the ground. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. On 1st down, Murphy again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Now a give here to Murphy. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. A shotgun handoff to Murphy. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Murphy again. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Murphy. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive. Unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Hey, Ron.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He finds his man, that's Sweeney. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Up the middle they go. Holiday. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. Holiday. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Holiday. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle they go. Holiday. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charge. Give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. Now he's free at the 35 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this to Ward. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They run again here with Murphy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Second down and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Yeah, I threw that too, like a second too late.
That time and not a good time.
I was so paranoid about someone changing direction, so if I threw the ball, I just held on to it for an extra second to make sure he was breaking free.
You want extra speed on the field? Guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game
This interception
can do,
thing's fucking really pissing me off.
And make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Lion!
Back to throw again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we now go downstate to Orlando. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Murphy to begin the drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. 2nd and 1. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. On the handoff, it's Murphy. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A run for Murphy. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll run with Murphy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to
I got to check because I actually think that Peck is coming up to being the leading receiver in Dolphin history. Mr. fucking unreliable, man. Guy catches everything. He's always open. Fucking love that guy.
Here's Murphy. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. And this one is right through. And will add on to their lead. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
On first down, Sweeney. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down to the 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Jags are back within a score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. That's Ward, complete right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Now a handoff up the middle. Holiday. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They'll set up to throw. That is caught, and he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now in Jacksonville. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Murphy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Murphy, and he's going to take this one down to the 25. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll run forward with Murphy. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there, with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Lawrence will throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. They go play action with Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Sweeney. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From midfield now, Lawrence. He finds his man. That's Sweeney. Fighting his way through contact. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
For as many
I think that lineman just fucking killed Sutherland. Jesus Christ, look at this fucking block. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not. I'm sure you did. But this guy here, 74. Fuck you. Look, you're going to kill my fucking safety. Or is that a corner? Is that Dobbs? Oh, not Sutherland. What's this shit? Boom! Fucking nailed his ass.
Get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them. Go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sweeney. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Sweeney. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Up the middle they go. It's Flowers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So that a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
The Dolphins offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Murphy, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Murphy. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll keep it on the ground. Murphy. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game. And they take a knee. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Miami, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.